uncbands.org.
Hello everyone, my name is Juan Alamo from the UNC Chapel Hill, and today I want to talk about timpani, some basic concepts about timpani. First, I'm going to start things off talking about the grip, and then we will talk about sound production, different strokes that we use when we play timpani. So there's different ways to hold the sticks or different type of grips. The most common one is the French grip, which is similar to your snare drum grip, but your hands are facing up, your thumb is facing up rather than facing to the ceiling. Regardless of which grip are you using, the most important thing that I would like to stress out is that your hands should be relaxed, and you should always be in a relaxed, comfortable position, regardless of the grip that you're using, whether it's French, German, or match grip. I'm going to stick to the French grip because that's the one I use, and is honestly the most common one. So again, it's basically the same way you hold your sticks. Here's my fulcrum point. Right, you want to find a good balance point in your stick. You don't want to hold them too short or too long, so more or less around here. I always leave this much in the back, and so nice and comfortable. And then from there we can start talking about sound production. The first stroke that I introduce my student to, and it's kind of the most important and the basic one, is the legato stroke or the full stroke. So we're going to start from an up position, more or less 6-8 inches from the drum, and I'm going to strike the drum, and immediately I'm going to come back to my starting position using a little bit of arm at the beginning. So if you look at my hands, I'm keeping my grip completely relaxed because I want complete resonance. So if I hold the sticks too tightly and I tense my grip, then I won't be able to get full resonance. So I want to keep my stroke and my grip as relaxed as possible, like my sticks are bouncing in my hands. That's kind of the approach to it, and I want to use that bounce to produce the sound. And really the idea is just to leave the sound or to pull the sound out of the drums. So this is very much the proper way to produce the legato stroke. One thing I should mention too is the correct playing area of the timpani is somewhere 3 to 5 inches from the edge, so around here on this drum. And the same thing with your left hand. Notice that I'm using a relaxed motion. My grip is very loose, very relaxed, and again, I'm looking for a legato sound as full as resonant as possible. The other stroke that we use in timpani quite a bit is the staccato stroke. For the staccato stroke, we gotta make some adjustment and use a complete different stroke, a complete different motion. So for this one, we want to go ahead and use a tighter grip, but I want to sort of be careful how I use the word tight, because we never want to use tension. I'm not suggesting that you should be tense, but that your grip should be much more firm and a little bit more tighter than the one that you use for the legato. Legato, we want to relax, full sound. Staccato, we want to hold the sticks a little bit more firmly and tighter so we can produce a shorter, more punctuated and staccato sound. The other thing for the staccato is that we want to keep the sticks next to each other, completely together. Okay, so if I had to play 16 notes, let's say this is my quarter note, 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E, and that would be the proper way. Sometimes you see students using the correct motion but keeping the sticks away from each other, and it will give you a complete different sound versus this one. So it's important to place the mallet on the correct position. Mallets close to each other, and then use a firm grip. And the other thing that I should mention is my stroke now is purely based on a wrist motion, a quick motion. So I'm pulling the sound out of the drum, but I'm using it's like a boxer when they use a jab, so to speak. So it's a very quick motion. And I'm trying to produce a short punctuated sound. So once again, if I'm playing 16 notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. So what I want to do now is play the same rhythm. One time I will use the legato stroke, and the second time I will use the staccato strokes, and hopefully you will be able to see and hear the difference. And I will start with the legato stroke. 1 and the 2 E and the 3 E and the 4 E and the 1. One last thing I will mention in regards to the staccato is I'm mostly using my fulcrum, these 3 fingers for the most part when I play staccato, and I use a lot of finger control to shorten that sound, to make the sound even shorter. So I use a lot of finger control when I play staccato. That way, like if I had to play a rhythm like shut the up, and I want to make it very dry and clear, I'm using my middle finger to sort of exaggerate the articulation. So more or less I will do something like this. And that gives me a much more drier and staccato sound, which is precisely what we're looking for. If you have any more questions, you can always email me. My school email, jalamo@email.unc.edu. Thank you so much for watching.
UNCbands.org